First, let's hear from the chairman. When he actually on WhatsApp, he did have that interview, and he said that they had paid the players.
For this pandemic issue, we are known to cut any of their salary. But what happened, we paid them, I think last week, I paid them on Friday. I paid the whole team, the players, official, technical staff, all the people that are working for the club. But I paid them half of their salary or 50% of salary. And the reason I did that is based on what I have at hand. I know the situation that people are facing. I see no reason that I can concentrate on only players to left the other technical staffs and the club officials. That's why I say, so let us use what we have at hand. I pay each and every one of the players 50% of his salary. And I pay the club officials, the technical staff, and all our backroom staff. We pay all of them 50%. That's what we did. And once we get money at hand, inshallah, we balance the remaining 50%.
All right, that was the statement coming in from the chairman of the club. Now, but on the other side now, the players, as I said, in anonymity, they did speak. Let me quote them. He said, imagine most of us have families. You keep borrowing money, hoping that you'll be paid at least 2 months' salaries, 3 months, or all the outstanding salaries, but they end up paying you half. What do you do with it? It will be useless because debts have piled up. We have families to care for, school fees, bills, house rent, but they don't see it that way. They keep telling us they don't have money, that they are going to borrow money, but later we'll hear the government has released money to them. This is a Premier League team, not just an amateur club. They keep treating us as if we are begging for the job. When asked if they have been approached by the management, the particular player said, we did. Our chairman refused to address us. It was the sports director who pleaded with us that we shouldn't have gone this far. He talked to us that they are working hard and also stories just to coerce us to return to training because there were matches to be played as at then, and we succumbed to it and resumed training. Confirming the situation, and that player said, the last time we were paid, it was half salary. When asked if the, exactly that statement, the last time they were paid, said it was salaries. The player confirmed government release of funds for this purpose when he said the problem is not from the government. We heard from our sources that the government had released money. The player added that the backroom staff are equally being owed. Emeka, whose report shall we believe in this one? I would what the chairman said, maybe some parts, because he said they will pay half. You know, he didn't actually, some of them he said we'll be giving them half when the situation gets better. Players are saying you didn't even pay us up to 2 months.
A month that you didn't owing them 4 months. You know, that they only paid half of a month's salary, and the chairman alluded to the fact that he paid half. He didn't say whether it's half of a month
or half of 3 months.
No, whether they are still 4 months or just that one half. No, I want to go with the players. They will not come out in the media and begin to accuse the club of owing them 4 months when the club is actually owing them just 1 month. You know, it is not done. You understand? And if they have gotten half, it's only remaining half. Some other clubs are owed even more than that, as it were. And I definitely will go with the players because it's the usual tale in Nigerian
problem.
Yeah, in the MPFL is something that we are used to, and it keeps repeating itself. And there's no end in sight, so to say, especially now that we have a situation that will even give the club
the rights
to even players and all that. Very, very sad, but they should have gone the way of Van Dresa FC if the pandemic is hitting the club so hard. I mean, suspend the contract of the players. After all, they're on break, they're not playing.
Yeah.
Can suspend their contracts, let it be official. Instead of owing them salaries and what have you. What do I know? Let's wait and see how this one pans out, and hopefully that the monies will be released so they can take care of the salaries.
Emeka, but how do these players always find a way to do these things? They're owing you 3 months. They still come and discuss with you. Please go and play. I can understand 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, but 3 months, they are still, please go and play.
Even in Port Harcourt, we have seen 8 months here in Port Harcourt. In 2014, Sharks, Dolphins, and Rivers were owed for 8 months. They had to even go to the front of the government house, entrance to the government house, sleep there, and to press home their demand for the payment of their standing wages and all that. It's not a new thing. I mean, you go, they are owing you 1 month. It starts from 1 month, 2 months. They will come. You make a little bit of protest. An official of the government will come and address you and promise you that don't worry, they're working on it. In fact, they will even on some occasions they will tell you that they have approved the monies, for the payment of your wages. So all that is needed, the release of the approved sum. You understand? So you're waiting for 2, 3, 5, 4 months, 5 months.
After that, it's now for release.
So that is just it, and it's not a funny tale at all, because it doesn't go down well,
at
with
all.
these players.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
That's their means of livelihood. I always say this: if you can't run this club, if the financial burden is too much on you, let the club go. Sell to someone that is willing to buy, and let's move on instead of embarrassing yourself every other day. The Pelican Stars girls over there in Calabar, 10 months of unpaid wages. I mean, how do you survive as a footballer? The salaries are not coming, the bonuses are not coming, you're complaining. Nobody expects the best from you. And some people will still blame you when the results are not forthcoming, but they don't know what you're passing through, So that is not the way to go. A workman is worthy of his reward. You play, you're supposed to be paid. We don't hear these things, in organized climes. Even in Africa, here, in North Africa, in South Africa, out there in Europe, we don't hear clubs owing for as much as 8 months. You go into administration, the club is disbanded, and I mean, your running is taken over, and before you know it, the club is liquidated, and I mean, you're not ready for business, But here, that is not the case, and these things keep happening.
All right, let's move on from there. Let's now look at the life of a legend. Some would say he's the greatest number one in Nigeria. I think he's the greatest.
He's the greatest
by all
standards
ever. Yeah. I'll come to Emeka on that shortly, because he would definitely give us tidbits on the man's life, even as we just pay some respect to him. But let's take a listen, just in case you missed his voice from those days. Let's take a listen to that man talking about Rashidi Yekini.
I started my career of football in Kaduna. That is the place I was born. Okay, well, when I started, my mother, she doesn't like me too much to play football because she's afraid. They used to say people used to break leg there, so she's afraid. But my father is not worried. Okay, I started playing. When I'm young, I started playing with the big people. Okay, after, I have somebody, is Ade, they used to call him Ade. He's a player, he's playing for UAT in Kaduna. Okay, that time I was around 17, 16 years old, around 1981, so I joined them. So luckily I got a nice coach, Mr. Jibrin, with Coach Sule. Now that Sule is coaching Kanopila. So they are the coach of UNTL that time. Okay, when I joined them, they really encourage me, they like me, they want me to play the game too. That time I'm young, I have a good player in the team. Love the game, I want to play the game. So, and then after that, so one time I have a contact from ICC. There is a man who came, they used to call him Mr. Adegoke. He came to Kaduna to tell us about ICC that, okay, ICC have interest in us. So that time we came. So we are very happy when he told us about ICC that time. I, with Kayode, I know, with Olu Kalajai, Abdullahi is playing for Leadway Insurance. So they tell 4 of us we should come that time. With I think we have one again, Shola Akeshola, that ICC want us to come and do some trial. Okay, we are very happy. Why we are happy is like because of people like you, the great player we have in this country, Shegode Gwami. So we are happy even to see you.
All right, that was the now late Rashidi Yekini. We started with the show with Sunday Olise talking about him and how much of a great player he was. Sunday Olise compared him to the players he had seen. Now, Olise, of course, he has all the experience. Played for Juventus, played for Ajax, played against Filippo Inzaghi and the big strikers you want to talk about, and he believes this man was one of the finest that he ever came across. Emeka, can you tell us? I mean, what are the feelings that come to your mind once you just remember this man, Rashidi Yekini?
It's all about nostalgia, you know. The memories are still very fresh. Rashidi Yekini was an icon of goal scoring in Nigeria. You know, no other player scored more goals than him in the national team. 37 goals in 58 appearances. He didn't even play too much for Nigeria, but he was almost averaging a goal per game. You know, I mean, he represented goal scoring in all ramification. You know, not the slickest of strikers, not very skillful, but very pragmatic. I mean, he goes about his business of scoring goals in a clinical manner. Back in his days, he scored 4 against in an AFCON qualifier in 1993, in Lagos. 7-1 it ended. Yekini alone scored 4 on that day. And I still remember that game. Nigeria, somehow, the official that was supposed to bring the jersey of Nigeria forgot the shots. They had to convert the track to shots. They cut the track shoot when they were wearing, they cut it. And it was very bogus. That of Yekini looked very bogus, and for a lot of the players that day, and they still went on to beat Burkina Faso 7-1. Yekini scored 4 on that occasion. In USA, Tunisia 94. Tunisia 94. I mean, looked like perhaps his best year. But a year earlier, he was named the African Footballer of the Year, the first Nigerian to be named African Footballer of the Year. In 94 at the AFCON, he ended as the highest goal scorer and also the best player. He scored 5 goals in the competition. Nigeria went ahead to win that one, beating Zambia in the final 2-1. And of course, he made his name again at the World Cup that same year, scoring Nigeria's first ever goal at the Mundial. The celebration alone, the picture is still iconic. I mean, it's an image that went viral in the whole world. And at the end of the day, that was Rashidi Yekini for you. You remember the goal against Gabon, in the 94 AFCON. Olise, who talked about him earlier, had to lump that one up front. They could he raised the ball and beat the goalkeeper. If he decides to trap the ball, the on-rushing defenders will meet him. He decided to head the ball right away, and that was it. Rashidi Yekini was, basically, it was a proven goal scorer. Even on the African continent, when he played for African Sports, I remember him coming to play against Iwanyan then. I think it was in the CAF Champions League. Even scored against Iwanyan National while he was playing for African Sports of Cote d'Ivoire. Then before he went to Victoria Setubel, in Portugal, where he scored lots of
91 goals, according to Wikipedia. 91 goes in 114 games.
He was averaging almost a goal per game, in his first stint.
Wow.
He also played for Olympiacos in Greece before coming back to Victoria Setubel. Rashidi Yekini was goal scoring personified, while he was alive. Such a shame.
He didn't get to stay too long with us. Like maybe the likes of Shego Degbami, who we still call for resource these days at times. But let's open the phone lines quickly before we get to the other stories on the show this afternoon. 0817 0000951 0810 9510951. For the text message portal is 0701 9339 962. Today's Sports Live. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Solomon on the line.
Solomon, welcome to the show. Go ahead.
Mbeka, do you remember when Rashidi came to play insurance in Benin in 1990?
Go ahead with your contribution.
That was when I know that Yekini is a striker. Look, at 12 o'clock, I was by 12 o'clock, Ogbe Stadium is sealed off. One was about to start 4. As at 12, Ogbe Stadium is already sealed off. So for you to know as at then who Rashidi is, because of Rashidi Yekini is in Benin that day. And I knew when Rashidi entered, so he did not start that day. He came in second half. Already, insurance was already leading 2-0. Within other 5 minutes, Yekini was equalized. Yekini was. We have not yet had any sign like that. That's it for now. May so rest.
Thank you so much, Solomon, for your thoughts. Today's Sports Live. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. Emeka.
Go ahead. It's wisdom. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Wisdom, got this is come. He did not profile Yekini very well.
I just have
That's why.
more, yeah. Time will fail me. Time will fail me to go all through his career.